the clitoris. But that's not always true. I'm thinking about my to-do list. It's possible to reach orgasm without any stimulation at all. In other words, your brain is the most powerful orgasm organ. An orgasm is the height of sexual pleasure. It's often called climax because it's thought of as the climax of sexual enjoyment. Biologically, an orgasm doesn't sound as sexy though. An orgasm is a reflex that includes spasms of your pelvic and genital muscles. It may sound simple, but this reflex is quite complicated and involves a full body effort. First, this full body effort includes sexual arousal because you can't reach orgasm without building sexual arousal. And there are two types of sexual arousal: body arousal and mind arousal. Let's talk about body arousal first. When your body is sexually aroused, blood rushes to your genitals and your vagina may start to lubricate. And as you build arousal, more blood flows to your genitals, your heart rate and blood pressure increase, you start to breathe faster, and even your pupils get bigger. All the while, the thousands of nerves that are in your genitals are sending messages up your spinal cord into your brain. This network of blood flow, muscles, nerve fibers, and your brain set the stage for a buildup of nerve and muscle tension. And this builds and builds until your body releases it in a wave of spasms. This is an orgasm. The genitals aren't the only body parts that can kickstart orgasm. Some women can reach orgasm with nipple stimulation. Some women can also reach orgasm without any stimulation at all. It's possible for some women to reach orgasm by imagining the sensation of orgasm. In other words, they tap into imagined sensations as powerfully as they tap into actual sensations. What this tells us is the brain is the main ingredient needed to set the stage for an orgasm. And if your brain is the most powerful sexual organ, this opens the door for a variety of sensual and sexual experiences. Now you've got a good idea of the biology of sexual arousal and orgasm. Let's talk about the psychology of arousal and orgasm, specifically how your mind gets aroused. Mind arousal is your ability to be present and focused on sensations when you're being sexual. So if I were to ask you about what you're thinking about when you're being sexual and you tell me, nothing, I'm just so in the moment that I'm just enjoying the experience, that would say to me that you have pretty good mind arousal. But if I asked you that same question and you said to me, I'm thinking about my to-do list and I'm worried about whether I'm going to reach orgasm, and I'm thinking about this deadline that I have at work, well, that tells me that you may struggle with mind arousal. Having strong body and mind arousal increases your likelihood of orgasm. Your mind and body arousal work together to help you reach orgasm. Imagine that your orgasm has a brake pedal and a gas pedal. And to reach orgasm, you need more on your gas than on your brake. Common issues that hit the brake pedal are low energy, feeling pressure to reach orgasm, anxiety. And typical matters that hit the gas pedal are being physically and emotionally attracted to your partner. Now, most people who struggle with orgasm tend to spend their time focused on how to put more gas on the gas pedal, but that's actually not that helpful. And here's why. So imagine this brake pedal and gas pedal are on a car, and you put your foot full force on that brake pedal, pushing it to the floor. And then you decide to put your foot on the gas pedal. What's going to happen to the car? It isn't going to go anywhere. Maybe the wheels will spin, but the car sure isn't going to move. In other words, focusing on the gas pedal is unhelpful if there's a ton of weight on that brake pedal. Often, difficulty reaching orgasm means there's a ton of weight on the brake pedal, and that's where your focus needs to be. It needs to be on identifying what's on the brake pedal and then removing as much as possible off the brake pedal. Then, once the brake pedal isn't pushed to the floor anymore, then you can focus on adding some weight to the gas pedal. Now let's say you have body arousal, you've got mind arousal, you've got more on the gas than on the brakes, and you think you've reached an orgasm, but you're not Sure. How do you know if you had an orgasm? The hallmark features of an orgasm are muscle contractions in the pelvic floor and blood flow to the genitals. But there's no surefire way to tell. Some people say, if you have one, you know it, but that's not always true. Orgasms can be like fireworks, like we see in the movies, where you build up arousal and have one big release. Or they can be where you ride a wave of several medium releases, known as multiple orgasms. But some have much quieter orgasm. That's more like riding a gentle wave of tiny muscle contractions. For them, if they're searching for those fireworks or that one big release, they may miss that gentle wave they've been riding. Orgasms are different for different people. They vary depending on time, age, where you're at in your menstrual cycle. The way you achieve the orgasm, clitoral or vaginal, also changes. Is one type of orgasm better than another? Are there different types of orgasm? This is a controversial question. Some sex researchers argue that there are different types of orgasm, such as vaginal versus clitoral. Others argue that all orgasms are from the clitoris. The type of orgasm isn't really all that important. Focusing on the type of orgasm is like saying a man who reaches orgasm from oral sex is having an oral orgasm. It doesn't really make sense. What's more important is that there are many pathways to reach orgasm. The takeaway: 1, your brain is the most powerful orgasm organ. 2, you need to have more gas than break to reach orgasm. 3, orgasms are different for different people at different times and ages, and they may not be like what you see in the movies. 4, there are many different pathways to orgasm, not just the vagina and the clitoris.